Linda almost broke Dream 100. So here's what happened to Linda. Linda says, I was planning on to contact this company. And this is the email that Linda was going to send to the company. So I'm pausing so we could all read this for a second. I'll give it like a 10 count or so we can read Linda's beautifully crafted, took 45 minutes to create email. Yes, you're on the hot seat. I know it's weird up here. I know, hanging with me. You're okay. We're not mad at you. We're not mad at you.
I have a thick skin, so.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So this is the email she sent me. She said, I'm gonna reach out to these people I know on my hot list, and this is what I'm gonna send them. And I think my precise response was, don't send this. Okay, so it's too much. It's too much, y'all. You can say a whole lot less. So how about this? Here's what I offered her in exchange. How about this email instead? So let's read this email instead. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, now here comes the analysis, right? Which of these two is easier to read? I'm talking about the person that makes the decision. Which email is easier to read? See, when you put them side by side, it becomes funny, doesn't it? Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Look, so remember, we care about him. We get our selfish goals met, box number 1, by caring for him, box number 2. And so if we send him big blocks of text, he's out. How do we know this is true without going into a long thing about it? It's true for you, isn't it?
Yes.
When you get big blocks of text, you're done. When you get big blocks of text from me, and y'all pay to be in here, you're like, not doing it. I'm doing something else. I work really hard to make sure that what you get from me is as efficient as I can. Sometimes I get long-winded. Sometimes it needs to be that way. But I know that if I send you big hunky blocks of things, they won't happen. That's a human thing. All right. So it's visibly intimidating. Forget what the content is. It's visibly intimidating. Okay. Yep. So there's that. Which one is easier to read, therefore easier to digest, therefore easier to respond to?
Yeah.
Because what you want is a response, right? So big blocks of text make it harder to get a response. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now here comes some hardcore sanity checks. I can be brief here. He's only going to respond if he has a problem.
True.
Everybody, true, Linda says. Experienced professional. True, Linda says. Here comes the next bullet. There is no version of copy to make someone respond. I have a whole rant that I'll save you, but I have a whole rant in this space right here. There are many marketing professionals and copywriting experts who would go to town on an email like this one and break it apart 100 different ways and fancy the language up 100 different ways with the assumption that fancier, powerful language will make someone respond. How many headline templates have you read in your life? Don't tell me, just let it be theoretical, right? The assumption with all these fancy headlines is that there's some magical craft of words that will make someone respond. Mm-hmm. That is disrespectful to your avatar because it's disrespectful to you. When you get those kinds of flashy, what's the word? There's a word for it. I can't find it. What do they call those things? Clickbaity type of headlines. Your alarms go off, right? So there is no version of copy that's going to make somebody respond. You can't make anybody do anything. All you can do is raise your hand and say, hey, man, do you still need help with that thing? If you do, I'd love to help you. And if he happens to have a problem, he'll respond, you know what? I do have an issue with that. And now you're dialoguing. And you can save all the fancy words for another day, another time, whenever, right? Okay. Therefore, when we think about doing this kind of outreach, touching base, checking in, don't sweat it. Don't overthink it. Do the check-in and move on. Mm-hmm. We're going to send five emails a day anyway, right? We got a whole 5 names a day way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
So send you 5 emails and go take a nap. Send her 5 emails and go buy a Snickers bar. Whatever makes you happy. Spend 5 emails and play cards with your husband. Whatever makes you happy. But this is simpler on the brain, good people. So all of what I'm saying about the email copy and template, I'm with all that. We can do that all day long. I got plenty of these for you. But what I'm also trying to highlight for you is that this is simpler for him to read and simpler for you to write.
Yeah.
And so that mental anguish and strain that normally comes with outreach is now slowly dissipated. Sending 5 emails is way easier now, and you get more momentum from it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda, for your willingness to sit here on the hot seat. Any questions or comments while I got you here in this scenario? Anything to say or ask or anything?
No, just read my journal. But thank you so much. This is so helpful because I've been all over. This is so helpful. Thank you so much.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
makes sense.
You're welcome. Very good. There's stuff in the chat. There was one more thing, Linda, I would say to you while you're here. Oh, okay. Because Linda's currently on the hot seat. For everybody, for all of us, let me connect these 2 dots immediately if nothing else makes sense to you. Without a clear person in focus, you cannot write messages like this. So if you're thinking about companies, you can't write an email like this to a company. An email like this goes to a person, a human. Yeah. Hey, man, I haven't talked to you in a while, right? Your LinkedIn profile says the following, by the way, I love coffee, just like you do, don't you? You send those, that goes to people. But if there's no picture of a person in your mind, then you can't get here.
Yeah.
That's, again, more importance on why the avatar has to exist and why we have to respect that bullseye as a bullseye, because everything after that cannot happen. It doesn't matter how much of this you learn from me. Okay. All right.